The Miami Dolphins just dropped an absolute bombshell on the NFL by waiving a premier veteran pass rusher, and the Chicago Bears have a rare, golden opportunity to steal him before free agency even begins. We are talking about Bradley Chubb hitting the open market right now, creating a massive wave of speculation that Ryan Poles could strike while the rest of the league is sleeping. This is the exact type of aggressive, out-of-nowhere move that could completely transform our defensive line and instantly build a terrifying duo opposite Montez Sweat. Before we break down this massive opportunity, do me a huge favor and smash that like button, share this with every Bears fan you know, and hit subscribe right now so you never miss a breaking update. Listen, the fact that Bradley Chubb is suddenly available is sending absolute shockwaves through the fan base right now, and for very good reason. Because of his massive, bloated veteran contract, absolutely no one in the league is going to claim him off the waiver wire. The Dolphins front office knew this, which is exactly why they couldn't pull off a trade and were forced to just cut their losses and let him walk. But here is the massive, beautiful loophole for the Chicago Bears that we all need to be talking about. Once Chubb officially clears those waivers, he is a totally unrestricted free agent immediately. He does not have to wait for the official start of the new league year. He does not have to wait for the legal tampering period to open. He can literally sign a brand new contract today, tomorrow, or whenever he wants. Do you remember the absolute masterclass Ryan Poles pulled off a couple of years ago with Kevin Byard? It is the exact same brilliant blueprint. Byard was cut, the Bears swooped in out of nowhere, completely bypassed the absolute madness and overpaying of open free agency, and locked down a key piece of the defense early. Why on earth wouldn't we try to execute that exact same surgical, preemptive strike with Bradley Chubb right now? If you wait for the frenzy of free agency to begin, the money dries up so fast, the bidding wars get completely out of control, and you end up missing out on your top targets. Striking now could be the ultimate cheat code for this offseason. Now, I know exactly what is happening in the comments section right now. Some of you are instantly rolling your eyes, pounding on your keyboards, and screaming about his brutal injury history. I completely understand the frustration. It is incredibly agonizing to invest precious salary cap space into a guy who has a history of struggling to stay on the football field. But let us actually look at the harsh reality of his 2025 season without the emotional bias. This man was coming off a devastating, late-season torn ACL. He was playing for an absolutely garbage Miami Dolphins team where the morale was completely in the gutter, and he still managed to put up highly respectable numbers. We are talking about 47 total tackles, 8.5 sacks, 20 quarterback hits, 8 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. Is that prime, Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Fame production? No, of course not. If you look at his advanced metrics, his PFF grades were hovering right around a 57 overall, with his pass rush grade sitting at a 60 and his run defense at a 57. That is undeniably mediocre across the board. But here is the underlying metric that should make you sit up and pay close attention, a 12.2% pass rush win rate. Even on a surgically repaired knee, even on a completely dysfunctional defense, he is still beating NFL offensive tackles at an above-average clip. If you want to understand his true ceiling, just think back to the 2023 season, right before that catastrophic knee injury ruined everything. He was an absolute, undeniable monster. He racked up 11 sacks, which was just one shy of his career-high 12 from his Denver Broncos rookie year. He had 70 total pressures, hit career highs in tackles and quarterback hits, and posted a terrifying pass rush win rate approaching 17%. That version of Bradley Chubb is a legitimate, game-wrecking nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. This brings us to the absolute most fascinating, potentially game-changing part of this entire discussion, the defensive scheme fit. Throughout almost his entire professional career, Chubb has essentially been forced to play as a stand-up outside linebacker in a 3-4 defensive alignment. But just look at his raw physical profile. This dude is 6'4", pushing 270 pounds, with massive, sprawling 34-inch arms. He is practically built in a secret underground lab to play as a traditional, hand-in-the-dirt 4-3 defensive end. And what exactly is defensive coordinator Dennis Allen running here in Chicago? He operates a strict 4-3 defense that absolutely demands big, physical, long-armed edge rushers to set the tone. Imagine bringing him into this locker room and giving him the simplest, most aggressive job description in the world. No more dropping back into flat coverage to chase running backs. No more complex zone blitz responsibilities that take him away from the line of scrimmage. Just put your hand in the dirt, pin your ears back, get north and south, and hunt the opposing quarterback with absolute bad intentions. If he can just be fundamentally average against the run, we will gladly take it. If you put Bradley Chubb on one side and let him feast on one-on-one matchups while opposing offenses desperately try to double-team Montez Sweat on the other side, the results could be absolutely devastating for the rest of the NFC North. I need to know exactly where you guys stand on this right now because this debate is already tearing the fan base completely apart. Here is your official question of the day, and I want you to drop your answers in the comments right this second. Should the Chicago Bears aggressively pursue and sign Bradley Chubb before free agency opens? Or is his injury history simply too toxic to touch? Get in the comments right now and tell me why you are either all in on this massive risk, or completely out on bringing him to Chicago. Let us talk about the cold, hard reality of the business side, because we all know Ryan Poles is not going to just blindly throw a blank check at a guy with a surgically repaired knee. If the Bears bring him in, they are going to do their absolute due diligence. You better believe the scouting department is locked in a dark room right now, grinding the tape, and breaking down every single solitary snap he played in 2025. They are going to want to fly him into Hallis Hall, put him through a grueling physical examination, and make 100% sure that knee is structurally sound before they even think about talking numbers. But where does Bradley Chubb actually rank on our grand offseason wish list? If you are sitting there dreaming about a blockbuster, multi-first-round pick trade for Max Crosby, or you are holding out hope that we back up the Brinks truck for Trey Hendrickson, then obviously, you are not rushing to sign Chubb today. But what if the asking price for Crosby is just too astronomically high? What if Hendrickson hits the open market, and a massive bidding war drives his price tag into the stratosphere, leaving us empty-handed? You absolutely cannot afford to be left holding the bag with 0 pass rushers when the dust settles. If you can get Bradley Chubb on a highly incentivized, low-risk, prove-it deal, you have to seriously consider pulling the trigger. What does that contract even look like? Maybe a 2-year, $25 million contract, sitting right around $12 million a year, structured perfectly so the Bears can easily escape if his body breaks down again. And here is the best part. Signing him doesn't even mean you are done building the defensive line. You could sign Chubb today, and then go out and grab another savvy veteran like Khalil Mack for a beautiful, nostalgic reunion. Or maybe you bring in Jadeveon Clowney on a 1-year mercenary deal to create a terrifying rotation. Or you secure Chubb, use a high-premium draft pick on an elite defensive tackle, and suddenly this defensive front goes from being a massive, glaring question mark to an absolute brick wall. The absolute best thing about this breaking news is that it gives the Chicago Bears another legitimate, high-upside option in a market where options are usually scarce. Entering this offseason, the sheer lack of available elite edge rushers was terrifying, but now, suddenly, the market is breaking wide open. Ryan Poles has the salary cap space to make a splash, he has the precise defensive scheme that fits Chubb's physical traits perfectly. And he has the aggressive mindset to get a deal done before the rest of the league even wakes up to the opportunity. Having access to multiple capable pass rushers is never a bad thing, and Chubb is undeniably capable when he is on the field. We are going to be monitoring this volatile situation by the minute, because if the Bears bring him in for a workout, this could escalate incredibly fast. Buckle up, Bears fans, because the off-season chaos has officially begun, and we are not taking our eyes off the prize.